stop, I went to the casino. There was a casino inside the truck stop. I go in with 20 bucks US. They give me a free glass of wine. And I start playing. It goes up and down, but I leave with 30 bucks. Give the server $1 as a tip. And go back to the truck, watch some movies. And then I got up this morning and I started going through my receipts. Because I did lots of repairs in the US, so I had to declare them at the border. Including the tires. And to my surprise, it went very smooth. The guy stamped all my receipts. Have a good day. See, like every time it's different. Sometimes you can spend 3 hours at the border. Sometimes you can spend 5 minutes. It's totally unpredictable. And another thing interesting was I talked to one agent that I often work with, Lancaster agent. And she mostly has broken loads, like she finds them on other load boards. And she's based in Chicago, Illinois. And she often has, you know, Canadian shipments because they pay better, right, than inside US. Well, most often. So I ask her this hypothetical question. I say, let's say you win the lottery, right? But for some crazy reason you decide to stay in trucking. And you wanna buy a brand new truck, lots of chrome, and one trailer, and you wanna hire a driver. And besides, you know, doing freight brokerage, you wanna also have your own truck, right? Because sometimes with that you can make more money. And I said, but you are only allowed to buy one trailer. So which trailer would you buy? And it was interesting to me that this lady right away she said, first of all, I would not buy a tandem trailer. Said I will only buy a trailer with 3 axles. All right, now we're already getting warm because you know my stepdad has a 3 axle, right? And she says then I would only buy maybe like a lightweight trailer, probably aluminum, so that you can take you know good size load when you empty. Otherwise, you know, lots of trailers are too heavy. And they're not designed, they don't handle very well legal loads. And I said, so what kind of trailer, flat or step? And she says, I don't know, sometimes I think 53 flat would be good, like with 3 axles, or 53 step with 3 axles. But I said, what about the double drop? And she says, I have one guy that he has 3 trailers, just one guy, but he has a flat, a step, and a double drop. And she says, according to this guy, he's a Lancaster DCO. According to this guy, he makes pretty much the same money with each trailer. He says that with a double drop or a low boy, yeah, you do get more money from each trip, but quite often you have to sit for a week waiting for a load, and then you have to do 1,000 miles to another load. So let's say you still, you do, I don't know, 2 trips a month, like with your specialized trailer, that's 20,000 bucks, like gross, right? Let's say. But meanwhile, you can do 4 loads with your step deck trailer and make the same 20,000. You know, just that. That's the kind of thing. But I mean, to me, you know, at first I said, okay, then it's totally no to their IGN or low point. But then I started thinking, wait a second. So with a step deck, you have to do 4 trips, which means that you have to burn, you know, more fuel, I think, right? Because it's all loads paid per mile, so no one is going to give you, you know, free money. So you have to run. So with the low boy, basically, yeah, you sit more on your ass, but you run. Well, you do run empty miles, but I mean, still, it's like, I don't know. I think a low boy is still good because you don't work that hard. You know, you make the same money, but you sit on your ass, you watch TV, you drink beer. You know, someone calls and says, "Hey, I got a load. You want to go?" Sure. You know. But you see, it's funny. Like I thought I would mention this. That you know, this lady and also another agent I talked to before. Another guy said, yeah, he said he would take a flat or step over a double drop any day of the week. He says. His approach, that guy, another agent, he says his approach is that he says a bird in hand is better than 2 in the bush, because with a double drop you have to search for loads, you have to wait for them, you know, it's a highly specialized trailer. So it's funny that and lots of people feel like that, you know. So, but right now I'm on my way to, this is already Alberta. I'm on Highway 4 heading north to Edmonton. And I'll probably end up today somewhere just south of Edmonton. There's a town called Nisku. N as in Nancy, I-S-K-U, Nisku. Or Nisku, I don't know, Nisku. And then tomorrow it will be a very long and boring drive on those 2-lane highways to Fort McMurray, and then 2 hours beyond Fort McMurray in the oil sands. And I've been talking today to some guys about loads, and it's either flatbed, they want a 53 flat because it's a 60-foot long pipe, and even if I had load levelers, they would not give it to me. They said, oh, the shipper wants flat. Alright, well now I just found a load, some AC units. AC units going into the nearby US states, but they want 8-foot drop tarps. And it's air conditioning units, which means I dealt with them. I had those big tarps before, and you know, AC units are made of metal. Now guess what? All the corners are sharp, so you end up cutting your tarps. You know, I don't know, even if I had 8-foot drop tarps, I would not do this. It's a waste of time and money, you know. I'm thinking if I was to get bigger tarps, I would get, I know this company in Massachusetts, right? I mean, always, I'm thinking about this, but I can get lightweight 6-foot drop tarps, and instead of 2 tarps, I can get 3, you know, like a set of 3 6-foot lightweight tarps. So this way I can cover pretty much 90% of loads, because yeah, 4-foot drop is not enough. So, and another thing, so I've been thinking about all these loads. Oh, and this other guy I also talked to, he's an independent guy, independent owner-operator in Ontario. And you talk to this guy, and basically everything is falling apart. His insurance is going up. The rates are going down. He says recently he was offered a load from Ontario to Texas for like $2,500 bucks. You know, and it's 1,800 miles. So you cannot even pay for fuel out of that money, you know? That's not enough. So, all the money's in the West. All the money's in the Western Canada, or Western US, you know, whenever they do oil drilling, like North Dakota, you know, South Dakota, that kind of thing. Anyway, that's just a quick update from Alberta, Canada. This is day 4. And we are in Calgary, Alberta. Beautiful sky. Very warm today, -2 Celsius. Light, extremely light traffic for this city. Friendly drivers. And I'm heading towards the airport area, and then north towards Red Deer and Edmonton. And a friend of mine found me parking next to a strip club, a bar and a restaurant. Imagine that. So I said, hey, you know, he says there's a couple of truck stops. One is a truck stop, one is parking with a strip bar and a restaurant. I say, hey, I like that one. And that strip club, it's not listed in any truck stop directory. You know, you cannot find it online. But yet, you know, they have parking, and you can park overnight. next couple of days are gonna be extremely cold. And by extremely, I mean like minus 26, minus 30 Celsius. I'm not sure how much is that in Fahrenheit, but very cold. With a big wind chill factor. So they say, you know, if you stay naked outside with no clothes, you can be dead in less than half an hour. It's that bad. Arctic cold. So, you know, 30 minutes and you're gone. You don't want that, because then you run into complications, you know. Someone has to move your truck, your trailer, arrange your funeral. You know, so I cannot let that happen. So yeah, and I've been trying all day. I've been receiving tons of calls, sorry, and trying to find something out of this tundra back to civilization. No, I'm okay with Calgary, Edmonton. Of course, I'm kidding, but I'm talking about the oil sands where I'm going, which that's really far away from anything, you know, because that's not even just Fort McMurray. That's 2 hours north of Fort McMurray. Wow, look at this traffic. Where are all these people going? Okay, let me guess. These are people that want to work in the oil fields. You know, because that's like a crazy field to get into.
After 1 kilometer, keep left, highway 2 northbound.
Alright, shut up. So these people, they want to work in the oil fields, and they all send their resumes to the Fort McMurray office, and now they're all going for an interview. But they say that here, company drivers can make as much as $90,000 a year. So no fuel, no repairs, you know, you break down, you call the boss, fix it. You know? But then, of course, you have to deal with the dispatch, you know, people telling you what to do, you know, I'm not very good with that. All right, we wanted to go to point A, 400 miles away, and we wanted to be there in 2 hours. You wanted to load, and then deliver 1,000 miles away tomorrow. Now, don't tell me you cannot do that, because we had 5 drivers before you do that with no problems. You always complain. Because that's what they, you know, dispatch. They like saying that someone else did it the way they want it, right? So, oh, 2,000 miles, you cannot do it in 1 day? Forget it. We just had 5 guys do the same thing last week. Anyway, enough of the rant. Oh, my video is going to be 60 minutes long again.